It's a matchup of the top two teams in the Eastern Division as the undefeated Baltimore Blast visit the 4-1 Rochester Lancers. MASL Soccer is next on the Lancers Broadcast Network. And welcome to the Blue Cross Arena as the Rochester Lancers play host to the Baltimore Blast. They meet for the first time this season. Hi everyone, I'm Joe Giuliano along with the Mohegan Warrior, Elliot Foskey. The Lancers have their work cut out for them today as they take on the Blast, a team they have not defeated in 16 tries. Baltimore comes in red hot today. They're 7-0, undefeated in the MASL. They've only given up 16 goals. And that starts with the man in the back, William Van Zella. Elliot, that's a guy that you faced. He's having an outstanding season. The Lancers facing a brick wall today.
Yeah, it's formidable from William Van Zella on forward. I believe it's 2.29 goals against average. When you're talking indoor soccer, if you can hold your opponents to under 3 points on average, you can't lose. So they haven't. They're undefeated. They come in with a really strong side. Like you said, history is not on our side, so we're looking to change that today.
Baltimore actually comes in shutting out two opponents this season. For the Rochester Lancers, they get a familiar face back. He scored 31 goals in his 2 seasons with the Lancers. Number 23, Jeremy Ortiz, back again with the blue and gold.
Jeremy Ortiz is back. He hasn't been with us for a couple of seasons, so he's trying to get his sea legs back in the indoor game. He was playing in Australia last year, and I actually had the chance to go see him in Melbourne, Australia. I was down there traveling, got to catch up with him. He played outdoor there, had a really good season, but visa issues, he had to come back. So we're pumped to have him. He gets up and down the field. He has goals and assists. Fastest goal in the former MISL history, he scored in 5 seconds off the kickoff.
All right, Jeremy Ortiz is back with the Rochester Lancers, and it's a big one today. The Blast and the Lancers. Stick around. Kickoff is coming up next, right here on the Lancers Broadcast Network.
With today's ceremonial first kick. Nice job, Christian! Soccer ball sponsored by Alexander Optical, the official optical provider of your Rochester Lancers. Now, one of those blue soccer balls the players threw out into the stands is marked with the winner of a free pair of Lancers Prada sunglasses. The winner can redeem the soccer ball at the merchandise booth in the upper atrium.
Mr. West is in the building, and it's swagger on 100,000 trill. Hey yo, I know I got it first. I'm Christopher from Columbus. Y'all just feel us. Thanksgiving, but we even got a question. First quarter action here at Blue Cross Arena, brought to you by the Ticket family of dealerships.
All right, Lancer fans, let's fire up! Time to make some noise
scored that late equalizer with the 6th attacker against Syracuse to send it to overtime. There's Dos Santos, plays it to Healy. Just kicked off here at the Blue Cross Arena, Rochester and Baltimore. First meeting of the season. There's Obasi, the futsal player who's taking a little knock and another knock as he'll go down holding his left leg. Challenged there by Salas and Hoxie. Obasi spent the summer with the Rochester Rhinos. Also was voted the tournament MVP in the World Futsal Championship while representing Great Britain. Anoa Obasi. And now for the indoor game, he's played 6 games, 3 goals, and 4 assists on the season for the Baltimore Blast. And Baltimore loses some key players. Mike Lookingland is signed with Milwaukee, but they have not skipped a beat. 7-0, only 16 goals against. Very impressive mark. 2 of those games shutouts.
Yeah, year after year, they don't seem to miss a beat. They definitely hold on to a core of players, but they really do well with recruiting and developing and their system of play. They got it down, and so people come in and just learn it and contribute.
Back underway here as it's played forward to Mauricio Salas. Battles along the boards. Ortiz gets his shift, and this one comes through on the far side for Donatelli. The shot saved away there by Morera. And Knapp. They play it to Basso. Intercepted there. Gonzaga. Into the corner for Donatelli. Off the boards in front. Kel Perez will clear it away. A marquee matchup in the MASL taking place this afternoon in Rochester. Here's Neto. Such a talented player, Neto, the 33-year-old. 2 goals, 4 assists on the season. Here is Neto. Still with it, looking. Good ball in front. Taken away by Basso. Vanino tries to slide it through, but Healy. Play it back to Vanzella, the player that Elliott featured at the start of the broadcast. Now Dos Santos. Baltimore coming off a 12-4 win against Syracuse last week. 3rd time they've defeated the Silver Knights. Mello gets it back to Dos Santos. Healy wearing the captain's armband. Looking for Wapu, but Schindler there to step in front for the Lancers. Perez. So a tough weekend last weekend for Syracuse. A loss to Baltimore. Bad distribution. Healy with a chance. Neto, the little back heel. And the Lancers pay for the distribution out of the back. As Neto gives Baltimore a 2-0 lead at 2:48 of quarter number 1.
Yeah, Marcelo Morera there put in a very difficult position with the pass back. Couldn't complete his clearance and paid for it. So it's what we talked about. You cannot have those breakdowns because Baltimore will be there to capitalize. So down 1 goal early, 2-0, Baltimore's favor.
Neto's 3rd of the season. Healy gets the assist. That's his 7th. And Baltimore has a 2-0 lead. Diesel looking for Dantas. Taken away by Hoxie on the right foot. Shot right at Vanzella. Loose ball. 1 hop and back into the arms of William Vanzella.
Good effort there. Vanzella did well with it. Wearing the number 0. A lot of debate in the mathematics community about whether that is in fact a number, Joe.
Okay, we'll have to leave it at that, I guess. Obasi outside. Now Diesel to Zuniga. Into the corner. Vinny Dantas. Intercepted by Pedrino. There's Mauricio Salas. Lancers trailing early on here as this pass is intercepted. Ferdinand to Diesel. Into the Lancers half now. Diesel to Dantas. The 25-year-old Brazilian. Gives it back to Obasi. Now Zuniga. Inside to Obasi. 10:53 left in the first quarter. 2-0 Baltimore with the lead. Crowd still filing in here at the Blue Cross Arena. Post-Christmas matchup. Some possession here from Baltimore. Ferdinand now will try to drive one forward. The Lancers, everyone behind the ball, pick up possession. Basso, second game since returning to Rochester from the Ontario Fury. Gets it out to Salas. Mauricio having a great season, 14 goals and 1 assist. Good ball forward for Schindler. Off the boards in front. Tavernisi with the header. Not enough pace on it to beat Van Zella. Baltimore comes quick on the counter. Donatelli. Ferdinand. And this one takes a bounce off the hand of Max Ferdinand. A restart coming up here for the Lancers.
Yeah, ball pops up to an inadvertent handball.
Good job there by Dos Santos to guide Hoxie off the ball. Last season, the Lancers were 0-4 against Baltimore. Outscored 70-15, including a 12-0 shutout loss. As the Blast coming forward again, Donatelli finds the open net as they pass it around, and the gaps were there for Donatelli to slot it home and get his 6th goal of the season.
Fantastic bit of composure there in the attack from Baltimore. A failed double team and a missed tackle by Rochester left Donatelli wide open.
Gonzaga with the assist, his 4th assist of the season, 5:18 time of the goal. Donatelli's got 6 on the year. It is now 4-0 Baltimore. Basso coming forward for the Lancers. Tavernisi's shot blocked at the near post. Here's Mauricio. Shot doesn't get through traffic. Walpoo plays it in the corner for Diesel. Gonzaga uses the wall to help out. Now Baltimore trying to come out of their own half. Knapp breaks it up. Plays it back to Morera. That system that's played by Baltimore, we've seen it now for 4 years. So effective, so tough to defend. They lose players, but they keep those core guys who just keep implementing that Danny Kelly style of play. It's so effective.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Their composure, they're very skillful individually, but as a group, they have composure. They're not in a rush. Neto right now just holding it up, content to keep it. They get smart changes that puts the defense on for 2 and 3 shifts in a row, and that's when you're really vulnerable in indoor because it is such an exhausting game. If you get caught on, you're very vulnerable to the counterattack.
Baltimore making the Lancers pay early on. It's 4-0. As Ortiz. It's going to take a bit for him to get his legs back, I'm sure, after playing outdoors in Australia. But Ortiz back in the number 23, the 28-year-old from Edison, New Jersey.
Yeah, nearly a full 2 years since he's put on the indoor uniform.
Good to have Jeremy back. There's Tavernisi in that very familiar corner, battling hard. Healy gets a clearance, not too far away. Capinos, his shot is off the glass. Now Zuniga with the flowing hair. Coming through midfield, still Zuniga. Left-footed shot off the boards. Schindler into the corner. Picked up there by Mello. Back to Obasi. Lancers trailing 4-0, approaching the midway point of quarter number 1. Dantas, shot off the glass, Perez. Beat to the ball there, and he fouls Max Ferdinand, and a free kick coming up here for the Blast. Set pieces, well, Baltimore's made a career of them. This will be a crucial factor in today's game. Maybe not this one from the boards, but Ferdinand directing traffic. There's the whistle. Not sure what the intention was there, but Ortiz had a little touch on the ball for a second. Dantas. Back to Healy, a 29-year-old, son of Blast general manager Kevin Healy. Donatelli.
Lancers here giving up possession in Baltimore's defensive end. waiting to let them force an attack and make something happen rather than gift them something by going forward too quickly in the defense.
Everyone behind the ball right now for the blue and gold as they trail 4-0. Into the corner. Reyes tries to clear it. Vanino looking to help out. Pressure from Baltimore, pinning Rochester in their own half. Giving back to the Blast. Salas will come away with it though. Cut back. Play it to Schindler. There's Mauricio. Lancers changing. JP Reyes. Basso. Rossfield to Vanino. Still Lancers trying to get out of their own half. Baltimore now applying some pressure. There's Perez. Swiped away. Healy comes away with it for Baltimore. Looking to get it to Roque, but poked away nicely by Pedrino. Under 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Lancers trailing the Blast by a score of 4-0. Perez. Tavernisi. Back to Perez. Low shot off the boards. A rebound. Tavernisi couldn't get a foot on it.
Perez, like Salas, is very comfortable striking the ball from distance and can be very dangerous. And those rebounds can be very effective too. The initial shot doesn't have to necessarily hit the mark to be dangerous coming back off the boards.
Forced back to the Baltimore half. Vanzella, the dual citizen of Brazil and Italy. Also won the World Cup of Futsal in 2011 with Italy. In the nets today for Baltimore. Here's Obasi. Pressure there. Hoxie almost got through to that one, but Wapu helps out. Diesel. Now Gonzaga. Baltimore very composed, as Elliott mentioned, looking for that setup play as they take their time. Here's Neto. You look at Neto, not in obviously peak physical condition, but so skilled and talented on the ball. And a cheeky little back heel coming from Wapu, and Morera's got to be quick to respond. Wapu again, his shot past the Diesel, the shot is blocked.
Yeah, that was a great effort by Baltimore. Morera denying them, did well with that one.
It's Baltimore again, Diesel. There's Neto, just calm and cool, looking, dribbling, pickpocketed by Ortiz. Loose ball, shot into the corner by Neto.
Yeah, talking about Neto, he's a very class player, a lot stronger than he may seem, because he's one who will just sit up top a lot and wait and hold that ball on his foot and let guys run off of him. And as soon as you take him too lightly, he actually has a very quick first step.
Neto, a talented player, 11 goals last season. The Brazilian came to the U.S. in 1999, played at the University of Mobile in Alabama. Also spent 2004 with the Rochester Rhinos in the outdoor game. As we're down to 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Basso, a little touch forward, doesn't get to the intended target of Perez. It's into the Lancers bench, and with this break, we'll take a timeout. Baltimore leading this one 4-0 on the Lancers Broadcast Network. A very intense Lancer huddle as they get ready to break it and return to the final 3:24 of the first quarter. Joe Giuliano and Elliott Foskey on the call today. It's Baltimore 4, Rochester nothing. Goals from Neto and Donatelli as the Lancers have their work cut out for them against the powerhouse of the indoor game, the Baltimore Blast. It'll be a restart directly in front of Rochester's bench as Morera directing traffic in his own net, trying to set things up. Healy will have the restart, the 29-year-old. As he plays it to Obasi. Obasi played left back, a very overlapping defender in the outdoor game with the Rhinos this past season. Healy shot around the boards. Capinos to Ortiz. Good quick touch forward for Tavernisi. It's around Zuniga, who holds him up, and we're going to get a penalty. Going to Zuniga. First penalty of the game, and a much-needed Lancers power play coming up. Time of that penalty, 11:58 to Diego Zuniga, the 24-year-old Costa Rican. Lancers on the power play, 4 for 7, 57%. Baltimore has killed 4 of 6 at a clip of 66%. Here's Salas. To Perez. Vanzella comes off his line. Clearance to Vanino, the shot. Good block in front by Diesel. Holding the official call against Zuniga. Lancers with Perez. Schindler. Back to Vanino. Fires one. Deflected in front. Perez shot. Just wide. Rebound. Cleared away by Healy. Here's Salas. Back to Vanino. And they play it to Schindler, who's looking to lay off to Perez. Baltimore will clear it down the near side boards. 1:09 left in the Lancers' man advantage.
Yeah, great flurry there, creating some great opportunities, and that's what you need out of this man advantage. Try to isolate somebody who could take a great shot, and the rebounds just couldn't go for Rochester.
Good ball in front. Shot. Oh, it's wide by Schindler. Little smirk on his face. He knows he had a good look there. Salas the shot. Vanzella has some trouble with it. Pushes it into the corner. 43 seconds left. In the penalty to Zuniga. There's Vanino spinning, looking for help. Finds it in Salas. 30 seconds left. Perez. Off the boards in front. Loose ball. Shot by Perez. Blocked again. Vanzella's had a lot of good help from the guys in front of him. Schindler.
10 seconds, looking for one last good opportunity here.
And that would maybe about do it as Vanzella collects it off the glass. Throws it downfield, takes a hop, and Morera will pick it up for the Lancers as the penalty to Zuniga is over. Lancers now 4 for 8 on the power play. Here's Knapp looking for Hoxie. Couldn't get to it. Vanzella picks it up.
A couple of big boys down there. Obasi and Hoxie going at it. Hoxie standing at 6'4". Does not show his size when he's standing next to Obasi.
30 seconds left as Healy and Baltimore are going to slowly build it up. They'll keep possession, maybe look for one more push here. Vanzella's long ball headed away by Basso. Off the chest of Perez, and Obasi will come away with it. Looking for Roque. And a good hustle back by Perez to help win it for the Lancers. Roque turns, and a great diving save from Morera, who didn't have much time to react at all. As quarter number 1 comes to a close, Baltimore with goals at 2:48 and 5:18 have a 4-0 lead over the Lancers. We'll take a break and come back with second quarter action. This is the Lancers Broadcast Network. And here we go, quarter number 2 about to begin. Baltimore 4, Rochester 0. They'll be attacking the goal to our right. It's Tavernisi, Reyes, Schindler, along with Ortiz and Salas to handle the kickoff for the Rochester Lancers. Roque, Donatelli, Ferdinand, Diesel, and Obasi starting off for Baltimore here in quarter number 2. Blast have a 4-0 lead. Here we go. Schindler. Long ball, and this one ends up into the netting, and a lot different than last week's game against Syracuse. Run and gun up and down the field. Baltimore, they have signs of that at times, but also just slow, composed, steady build-up. Very complete team.
Yeah, if they had their way, they would play a very technical game. That's how they like it. That's what they push for. A lot of futsal background on their team. A lot of clean touches, small touches into nice spaces with angles. They really aren't interested in a whole lot of run and gun counterattack unless it's definitely on.
Good points there by our analyst Elliot Foskey. Diesel rifles one over to the far side. Tavernisi spins away, and Obasi has to tug him down as Joey Tavernisi snuck around him with a cute little move.
Adorable.
Adorable. It's Christmas time. Be happy. Be nice.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed your Christmas visits this year. You were all over the place.
Yeah, I was taken care of by my radio people, Joe Giuliano.
Anytime, my man. Anytime.
Appreciate you having me over. The Wayward Warrior ate good and got sent home with plates of food. And then I went directly from there to Dino K, a DJ for 93.3 Fickle, who is playing this broadcast live right now.
And on Christmas Day, another little festive atmosphere for you.
Yeah, John Carino, the veteran, had me over, and boy, did I eat good this Christmas.
No other way, my friend. No other way. Glad you enjoyed it, and a pleasure to have you over.
Played a little Taboo.
Oh, fun game.
Love it.
All right, let's see what the Lancers can do here now as Neto comes up with a steal. He's 1v3. But look at the possession, and he takes a tumble on the turf. As Pedrino comes away with it for the Lancers. Neto back, is recovered and into the play again.
Great physical play by Yakel Perez to take that ball off of Baltimore.
Looking for Pedrino. Healy's there. Off the boards to Neto. There's Gonzaga. Well, Baltimore will come forward. Wapu back in front for Gonzaga. Cleared away by the Lancers. Capinos. Pedrino battle for it, but Healy gets it to Gonzaga. Healy takes no chances, sends it forward. Off the boards. And behind the play, Wapu got taken down and didn't like that call?
I don't agree with it. I don't think there was any foul. There was a good, hard, aggressive tackle. He came right through the ball. I don't want to disparage the officials. Their job is tough, but I will not be casting my vote in their direction on that play.
There's a look at that challenge from Capinos.
No, that's all ball. And the replay is very clear.
I agree, my friend. Great look on the replay angles. John Catalano in charge of our production this evening, or this afternoon at the Blue Cross Arena. As Mello plays it into Healy. Lancers just can't keep possession enough to build an attack. It's all Baltimore right now. Dantas, his shot is blocked. But again, the blast, Vinny Dantas. Healy. Pedrino now for the Lancers. Chance for the home side to touch the ball a little bit. Ortiz, the chest pass, looking for Salas. Salas battles there with Mello. Gets it out to Healy. Approaches midfield. Zuniga. Nice job there by Basso. Shielding him off, winning it for Rochester. Quick counterattack is on for the Lancers if they hurry, but look at Baltimore recover. Mello and Zuniga sprinting back. And look at, they go the other way now. Little tough touch there from Marrero, and it's put in by Roque. As the Lancers have some confusion in the back, and Lucas Roque takes it very nicely there to give Baltimore a 6-point lead.
Yeah, fantastic bit of skill to capitalize on really Rochester's breakdown. That's a lack of discipline when Baltimore gains possession and we had the whole Lancers side going for a change. Every Lancer player that was chasing that play had come directly off the bench and just weren't able to get back in time to clean that play up. Yeah, that's a free breakaway because nobody was there to take care of it. And then, yeah, tough touch on the pass back by Marcelo. Unfortunate turn of events, 6-0 Baltimore's favor on this timeout.
A timeout call by the Lancers as they'll look to slow things down here a little bit. And we just talked about, Baltimore, they're not going to run and gun unless it's totally on, and boy, was it on there. The Lancers, for a split second, had a 3-on-1. Then all of a sudden, Baltimore came back defensively, one possession, and they're back down in a matter of seconds. And for Roque, that's his 13th goal of the season, unassisted at 3:25 of the second quarter. While we have a break, let's thank some more of our sponsors, including Stokes Visca and Company, the official CPAs of the Rochester Lancers. Contact Stokes Visca and Company today, 585-427-0850, or visit them at svcpas.com. Dick Guide, the family of dealerships, Honda, Mazda, and Volkswagen, and MVP Healthcare, proud sponsor of the Rochester Lancers. MVP offers quality health insurance that you can afford. Visit discovermvp.com today. All right.
I see Lancer Louie out there getting down with the chicken dance, Joe. Not playing around.
He is all over the building today.
Lancer Louie, a lover and a fighter.
The fans will be entertained to more soccer coming up on New Year's Day. It's Syracuse coming to town as they take on the Lancers January the 1st right here at the Blue Cross Arena. For more information, visit ourlancers.com, or you can call 872-KICK, 872-5425. Here's the kickoff by the Lancers, trailing Baltimore 6-0 right now. Here's Vanino to Salas. Handball, it is the call. And it'll be a restart for the Lancers. Just outside the three-point arc. That New Year's Day game is at 4 p.m., by the way, against Syracuse. Restart, Salas. Plays it across. Tavernisi to Basso. Bangs it off the boards, no one there but Roque. Gets it to Zuniga. He's held up there by Reyes. Tavernisi gets it forward, Vanino. Good ball in front, no one there for Rochester. Onto the far side, Vanzella. Takes no chances. Comes back through to Ferdinand. Salas marking him, he's called for the shove from behind. And quick restart taken by the Blast. Baltimore 2-0. Again, 16 points against, a league low in 7 games played so far.
Yeah, that is an unbelievable number in your defense. In this indoor game where goals come in flurries, that is a very impressive statistic.
And don't forget, MISL MVP Mike Lookingland, their defender, no longer with the team, just signed with Milwaukee. The defense continues to be rock solid.
Right, he's another excellent player and a good team leader, and yet they don't seem to miss a beat moving into the next season.
There was talk, there was grumblings of Mike Lookingland possibly joining the Rochester Lancers, but I guess if you're a Lancers fan, unfortunately, that was not the case.
I think he would have looked decent in blue and gold, but
I think
now
so.
We're going to be facing him in Milwaukee soon.
Next weekend.
Yep.
Perez with a shot from distance that whistles wide. Pedrino applying pressure. Nap shot over to the far side, and no one there but Obasi. Diesel. Diesel, the 25-year-old. 2 goals, 2 assists last season. Gets it up to Obasi. Mello. Mello coming off a professional futsal career in Italy with Pesaro. Now applying his trade here with the Blast. Here's Hoxie. Looking 1v3. Needs options, can't go forward, has to go back to Basso. Basso coming over from Ontario, 7 games played, 5 goals, 6 assists. Looking for his first point in his return to Rochester. Vanino. Salas. Along the near side boards. Plays it across to Schindler. Now back to Jamie Capinos. Looking for Tavernisi. In front, the shot. Oh, a kick save from Vanzella as Ortiz almost opened the account. Another kick save from Vanzella.
Boy, great crashing run by Ortiz. Got a foot on it. Good block by the Baltimore defender. Great ball in from Big Rav Tav. Unfortunate, they couldn't capitalize.
Played back to Vanzella. Lancers coming with a bit of pressure here, but again, Baltimore can counter in a matter of touches. As Healy gets it to Dos Santos. Ferdinand. Salas gets a poke on it. Played back. Dos Santos, Adriano Dos Santos to Max Ferdinand. Healy. Pressured by Salas against Dos Santos. Mauricio almost comes away with it. And there's going to be a foul call. It looks like it's going to go against Baltimore. And it'll be a restart for the Lancers. 7:39 left in the second quarter. The Blast with a 6-0 lead. Goals from Roque, Neto, and Donatelli. Baltimore will be in action against Harrisburg on January the 3rd in Pennsylvania. There's the long ball, is harmlessly scooped up by Vanzella. Picked up again by the Lancers. Brad Vanino to J.P. Reyes. Had to go to the far side, but broken up by Baltimore. Schindler again, a long clearance. Vanzella is bumped into by Hoxie, and that will lead to a restart here for the Baltimore Blast. As it's placed down, 7:16 left in the second quarter. Historically, it's been all Baltimore against Rochester. Doug Miller and the boys in blue and gold looking to change that this season. Wapu. Good move by Wapu. Gets it outside, and the shot is blocked. Schindler. Can't go forward with it. Wapu comes away with it. Reyes didn't step, and Baltimore slams it home. Ferdinand with the goal, Roque with the assist, and for a split second there, I thought JP had a chance to get the ball.
Yeah, certainly. I think there was a little error in judgment. I think he could have had that tackle had he stepped up. Gave him a lot of space, and they just found that 1-2 combination pass for a tap-in.
It's now 8-0 Baltimore, 8:14. Time of that goal, Max Ferdinand, his 5th of the season, and for Roque, his 3rd assist. He's got a goal and an assist on the afternoon. And just like that, Ferdinand finds the wide open net to slam it home for his 5th of the season. As Rochester now a lot of work to do against a very stingy Baltimore defense.
Yeah, if you're looking at averages, the Lancers have got to do better than teams have previously done against Baltimore if they want to get back into this game.
And that's one thing that Baltimore probably does better than any team in this league, is they make you pay for those crucial little mistakes. A bad touch, a tough decision. Sometimes you'll get away with that, but against Baltimore, they're going to penalize you, and they've done that a couple times here today. As Vanzella and the Blast come out of their own half once again with Obasi. Still Obasi to Zuniga. Good little touchback. Obasi couldn't get the return pass. Pedrino shoved into the boards by Diesel, and Pedrino may have hit his head against the boards, and the referee is pointing.
Call is going against Pedrino.
In favor of Baltimore?
So far.
As Tim Tima and Jim Paschalides discuss it, and Tim Tima's going to issue a card to Diesel. It's going to be a Labatt blue card to Mike Diesel. Second penalty being issued to Baltimore in this game. 8:53 time of the call. There's a look at the replay. Didn't get a chance to see it. If we can take another look at that, we'd appreciate it. But Lancers will go on the power play once again. Here's a look at that replay again. Oh, yeah. Definitely a shove into the boards. A clear foul. Pushing is the official call. Mike Diesel in the box.
So there's an initial call apparently because it's Baltimore's possession. So Pedrinho must have been called for a foul prior to the blue card foul.
And Baltimore will be on the PK once again. And a nice bicycle kick from Dos Santos, forcing a good save there from Morera. And a foul and a penalty now coming up to the Lancers as Schindler is being sent off against the challenge of, I believe it was Wapu. And that will do it for the Lancers' man advantage.
You see the Foskey Freaks behind through the glass calling for the dive. We'll see the replay and see how he feels about it.
Where is it?
Well, Jake went in strong with his shoulders. Elbow did come up a bit, and I believe he made a meal out of it. There was a little contact, perhaps elbow to jaw briefly.
Good shoulder challenge. Maybe the elbow did come up.
Yeah, referee's discretion on that. Didn't seem too over the top, but
Schindler's in the box. He's also in for pushing.
Advantage for Rochester here as they go 4-on-4 at the end. The Blast will have 18 seconds of their advantage.
So there is a lot of open space. As Elliott mentioned, 4-on-4. Salas to Perez.
Yeah, double blue card penalties are interesting because no team has a clear advantage, but there's a lot more room on the floor to run. This is where you miss the likes of Gary Boughton, who's out with injury right now. He's very good at capitalizing on open space, pushing forward.
Here's Mauricio. Tavernisi tried to lay it off to Salas, couldn't get it back to the big Brazilian. And Roque taken away. Perez with it. Still Perez. Fires with the left, doesn't get the full power on it. Lancers regrouping. 1 minute left in the penalty to Baltimore. And minute 13 left in the Lancers penalty.
The Lancers opting for a very offensive set in this 4v4 battle. Brian Knapp, BK Knapp, the only defender on the field. Other than that, it's 3 attackers right now.
Hoxie. Lancers changing. Ortiz comes on. Vanino late to come on. They had 3 players for a split second there. He's on now for Rochester. Healy forward. Gets it to Dantas. Working through midfield. Ferdinand now. Playing it back to midfield for Obasi. Takes a look, gets some instruction from the Baltimore bench as he comes off. Healy. Blast will have a short power play here as Diesel will come back onto the field. 18-second power play, as Elliott mentioned, now for the Blast. Ortiz challenges, wins it, but Dantas comes away with it for Baltimore. Now Vanino for the Lancers on the far side.
Great takeaway there from Knapp on the 3v2 to kill that advantage for Baltimore there.
And Schindler is back onto the field for Rochester. 3:43 left in the second quarter. It's Blast 8, Rochester nothing. Into the corner, looking for help was Donatelli. No one there but Jamie Capinos. Headed over to the far side, Schindler and Dos Santos match up for it. Played back to Morera. Long ball headed by Gonzaga. Over Capinos. This one's up in the air. Donatelli tries to bring it down. He battles with Jamie Capinos. Pedrino flicks it forward, but no one there. But guess who? A player in red. Healy to Dos Santos. Now Gonzaga back to Vanzella. 2:50 left. Healy and Baltimore just taking their time, knocking it around, looking for that prime opportunity.
Yeah, looking to take advantage of the Lancers' low pressure there, just keeping possession. They do have at this point, what's a comfortable lead. Of course, leads can dissipate rapidly in indoor. Lancers looking to open the gates and the scoring still held scoreless here towards the end of the second quarter.
Here is J.P. Reyes to Jamie Capinos. Sent forward looking for Hoxie, but Healy will get there first for Baltimore. Donatelli. Double team. Perez comes in to help out. Wins it for Rochester. And this will bring us to our timeout in quarter number 2. Baltimore has an 8-0 lead over the Rochester Lancers. This is the Lancers Broadcast Network.
And a high-tech Damon brace system. Orthodontics has never been faster and more comfortable.
I saw I came, I conquered, or should I say I saw I conquered, I came. This little chico on fire, he no lie. Well, y'all slipping, he's running the game.
2:08 left in the second quarter. Lancers get a restart to the far side. Picked up by Jeremy Ortiz. To Tavernisi. Off the boards. And picked up by the Blast. Here's Salas for Rochester, starting the attack once again. Back to Basso. Looking for Tavernisi. And this one will almost get to Vanzella. Tavernisi got a poke on it, no one there for Rochester.
Great second effort to keep that alive.
Here's Mello. Spinning, looking for some movement in front, no one there for Baltimore.
Stood up well by Basso and a good strong tackle. Clearance to Baltimore's possession.
There's Vanzella, minute 20 left in the second quarter. Ferdinand with a goal here in quarter number 2. On the ball now, marked by Knapp. He's just shoved to the side, an easy call for the official. As the Blast will have another restart. This to the left of Marcelo Morera. Ferdinand just outside the yellow line. He'll play it short to Diesel. Deflected, and Morera's got to backtrack to his right and punch it away. That one changed directions on the way to the net. Final minute of play in quarter number 2. Lancers 2-1 on home turf. Baltimore 2-0 away. Basso, good little pressure there, just enough to force a bad touch. And a chance for Morera to get this one back into play as the clock is still running and finally just turned off with 38.5 seconds left. Hoxie's header up in the air. Pedrino waits for it to come down. He gets hauled down by Healy, and there's no call made. Still Pedrino tripped up, and he'll get the call this time. And they're going to call it against Pedrino. Zuniga ended up on the turf as well. Coming back the other way for the Blast. Capinos. Schindler. Looking for Obasi, but this one takes a hop and into the Lancers bench. 16 seconds left. Here in the second quarter. It's Capinos. Pedrino. Zuniga steps in front, wins it. Hoxie. And the touch will bring this first half of soccer action to a close, where the Blast have taken an 8-0 lead into the dressing room. Goals from Neto, Donatelli, Roque, and Ferdinand, giving Baltimore the 8-0 lead. Again, for those of you just tuning in, we are playing multiple point scoring this afternoon at the Blue Cross Arena as we get ready for our halftime interview. Soccer Sam gearing up, and I think is going to meet one of the returning familiar faces for the Rochester Lancers, number 23, Jeremy Ortiz, the 28-year-old, getting ready to speak with Soccer Sam. Soccer Sam with Jeremy Ortiz for our halftime interview.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we send it to Soccer Sam.
Thank you. Fans, tonight's a special night in a lot of ways. The 1970 banners up there from the championship, Lancers that are over there, the pioneers of the game, the guys that got this all started in this community. Let's hear it for the Rochester Lancers, the original Lancers. And this man here, Jeremy Ortiz, is back. J.O., you're back. The fans love you. You're back from Australia, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Australia, Melbourne.
They got the kangaroo place, right?
All over the place.
So what made you come back to Rochester?
I love Rochester. It's a great town, great city, great soccer team here, and the owners and all the fans are great. And I decided to come back for another round, so I'm ready to go.
Well, Jeremy, Doug Miller called me up. He said, I may have a surprise signing. And then when he told me it was you, man, Rich Randall and I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well, just like you guys. You know, we were talking for a while, trying to, work things out to get me back. And luckily we finally did that. And I'm glad to be back and to see everyone. And I know I put in a better second half. And I can't wait to talk to everyone after the game. So thanks for coming out again.
All right, Jeremy Ortiz back with the Lancers. Thank you, Jeremy.
Jeremy Ortiz, his debut, his return to the Rochester Lancers. Good to see him back in the blue and gold. At the half, Baltimore 8, Rochester nothing. This is the Lancers Broadcast Network. Here at the Blue Cross Arena, the Lancers and the Blast, a great halftime show by the Superstars, energizing the crowd and hopefully giving a new burst of energy to the Rochester Lancers as they have an uphill battle facing them in quarters number 3 and 4, trailing the Blast by a score of 8-0. I'm Joe Giuliano along with Elliot Foskey. Today's game being produced by the one and the only John Catalano. Actually, Dr. John Catalano. Congratulations to Johnny on getting his Doctor of Production.
Wow.
His third quarter about to begin.
Dr. John.
You want me to call him Trapper John? That's not going to happen. But the referees and the officials making their way over to the box on the far side of the field for the 4-1 Lancers against the undefeated Baltimore Blast, who lost the MISL championship to Missouri 2-1 after defeating Syracuse in the first round. And it'll be a kickoff for the visitors. Rochester attacking the goal to our left. And the Blast pushing it into the near corner. Tavernisi. Poked away there by Roque. Back to Vanzella. On the far side, Dos Santos. Schindler gets a touch and it's off the glass. It'll be a restart on the far side for Baltimore.
There, a nuance of the indoor game is if you clear the ball from within your own crease out over the boards, it goes to the top of the box, a very dangerous penalty. This ball from Schindler clipped the top of the glass, so technically it wasn't kicked straight out.
And it's a big break for the Lancers because those restarts from the top of that arc have made a living for the Baltimore Blast. Ferdinand. Donatelli. And that one kind of close to the ceiling, but not the goal.
Looking to give that one to a fan out in the stands in Baltimore, apparently.
That one's still up in the air. There's Morera. Off the boards, Vanino. Poked away by Ferdinand. Baltimore coming once again. Donatelli. Still with it, Donatelli on the right foot shot. Good kick save from Morera. The Blast starting early with the attack. Ferdinand. Obasi. Had a great outdoor season this past summer here in Rochester, and the positive play from Obasi continues in the indoor game with Baltimore. Here's Healy. Gonzaga. Back to Healy. Neto. Oh, nice idea as he looked for the header. Broken up by the Lancers defense. Obasi starts the attack once again. Donatelli off the boards in front. Vanino slides away with it for Rochester. Baltimore's got every inch of this turf covered. Neto. takes a touch and trots off to the bench. Diesel. It's got to be so frustrating to play against Baltimore. Excellent possessors of the ball, movement off the ball, a complete package.
Yeah, the problem with a possession team is when they keep possession for a long time, typically by the time you gain possession yourself, you're tired because you've been caught on and you're more prone to sloppy passes, and then you're back on defense. It could be, very disheartening, and we have to persevere mentally as much as physically here.
Here's Baltimore with Diesel shot off the boards. 12:44 left in the third quarter. The Blast have had the kickoff and all the action so far. Obasi. Mello. Still Mello. Wapu. Poked away by Basso, but only to midfield, and Baltimore can regain possession and start the attack once again. Mello. Obasi. Healy gets it back into the corner. Shot by Dentas, blocked by Morera. And cleared, but Baltimore again will work it around.
Yeah, great combination in tight space there, rejected by Morera. Good save.
Healy. Roque. Wapu battling with Ortiz. Jeremy Ortiz wins it for Rochester. Tried to clear it up to Salas, but again, Baltimore positioned at midfield, able to keep the pressure on and keep possession of the ball. Ferdinand. Healy. Just when you think they might have a bad touch, they come in to make that last little poke to keep possession. Lancers coming out of their own half with Hoxie. Now Perez. Could they be onto something here? Perez the step over. Off the boards and picked up again by Roque. Hoxie though strips it for Rochester. Here's Capinos. Basso. Fanino. Poked away by Healy. Ferdinand comes in to help out. Advantage called here as Baltimore. The layoff and back to Vanzella. Now Zuniga. Salas steps in hard against the Costa Rican. And they'll play it under the near side for Neto. Looking for a ball along the boards, no one there, and the Lancers will come away with it. There's Gonzaga. 10:24 left in the third quarter. It's Baltimore with it now. Dos Santos. Back from Gonzaga. Neto. Dos Santos. The one-time rocket from Diesel. High and off the mark. Baltimore took their chance forward. Now they're going to stop, sub, and regroup. Healy. 5 minutes into this quarter. It's been a lot of Baltimore on the ball. Donatelli. Still with it, the shot. Punched away by Morera.
Great reaction save from Morera there on a quick near post release.
Jamie Capinos. Spins, comes back to Salas. 9.5 left. Lancers with some possession now here, finally in this third quarter. Mauricio. JP Reyes. Schindler. Hoxie looking to turn the corner. Puts it off the boards and front goal! Welcome back to Jeremy Ortiz! Hoxie sets it up. Ortiz does the finish. 5:49, time of the goal. And Ortiz has his first of the season. And the Big Smooth has his first assist as well.
Yeah, ball in from Earthquake to Jake, bringing nothing fake. Schindler finding the Big Smooth. And Ortiz to finish it off. Great combination. Apparently he found his rhythm fairly quickly, Joe.
Similar to what we saw in the first half, Ortiz was denied on a save from Vanzella. But this time makes no mistake. Enrique now, he's taken down on his first shift. And that goal brought to you by Mr. Glass. And for every Lancers home goal, Dunkin' Donuts donates a pound of coffee to FoodLink. 8-2 now, the Lancers with some life here. Basso. Perez. Taking off the ball. Diesel coming forward for Baltimore on the near side. Perez hustles back to slow down Diesel. Let's look at the Lancers fans into this one.
Great recovery from Yikel to lose that ball and come back and stop the play.
Dantas through the crease, and Mello couldn't get a touch on it. Lancers don't want to give up a quick one just like that after working so hard to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, a little fortunate there, actually.
Bassi, Ferdinand. Just outside the three-point arc, pushes it into the corner. Plays it in front, Enrique will clear it for Rochester. Vanzella off his line to play it for the Blast. Dantas. Still Dantas. Ferdinand. Hoxie backtracking, wins it for Rochester. Here's Capinos. Still Capinos battling with Healy. And Healy swiped down by Jamie Capinos. We'll pick up a free kick for the visitors from Baltimore. Oh, we have a second. We'll thank some more of our sponsors. Blue Rock Energy, Zweigel's, Salvatore's Pizzeria, Rochester's #1 pizzeria, and the ESL Federal Credit Union. Zuniga gets away from Vanino. Plays it across. The shot by Gonzaga is way up into the netting, and this will bring us to our midway point of the third quarter, with the Lancers getting on the scoreboard, but they still trail by a score of 8-2. This is the Lancers Broadcast Network.
First 1,000 fans see free cowbells. The famous Morgan twins will be singing our national anthem. Make sure you call 872-KICK or visit ourlancers.com for ticket info.
The Lancers getting the combination from Hoxie and Ortiz, cutting the lead to 6 now, as Morera throws it downfield. Tavernisi steps in front, looking for the loose ball in the far corner. Salas, he'll take a one-timer that's high and into the netting. Restart for William Vanzella. Baltimore 7-0 on the season. Rochester off to their best start in franchise history at 4-1 under the leadership of Doug Miller. And a 3-line pass called here by the Blast. And the Lancers have a good look here on a restart. As Baltimore, maybe that goal will loosen things up just a little bit and give Rochester another opportunity to put one in the back of the net. It's Reyes over the ball. He'll leave it. Salas will step in and drills one off of Roque. Now Tavernisi working on the boards. Gets a toe poke on it, but Vanzella able to pick it up. Plays it to Dos Santos. No pressure from the Lancers. Pedrino almost got a foot on it, forcing a giveaway. Lancers had a chance to take it back, but pass a little too tough for Salas to settle.
And Lancers looking at higher pressure now. The situation gradually growing more desperate, so you're going to have to create some of their own opportunities through defense here.
Mauricio Salas to Jeremy Ortiz. Ortiz and Reyes get tangled up. Baltimore comes away with it. A hard shot from distance, and it's a cannon from Gonzaga as he'll celebrate a three-pointer from outside the yellow line. And he gets some congratulations on a shot that was just knuckling against Morera.
That ball had incredible movement, wonderfully struck ball. Lancer just failed to contend it. Now, typically you wouldn't expect a shot from so far out, but nobody even in his area Wow, what an excellent strike that was. Lancers fall down by 9, find themselves in a similar position we were in here against Syracuse last week.
And Gonzaga's got his 7th of the season, a 3-point bomb for Lucio Gonzaga. 11-2 Blast. Unassisted. And a 3-point goal. Here's Neto in Baltimore. Just when you thought Rochester was maybe going to mount a bit of a comeback, the Blast come back and they do it in a big way. A 3-point from downtown Baltimore. Mello still with it in the corner. Off the boards. Trapped and settled there by Perez. Knapp. Swiped down by Neto, no call made. He hobbles to his feet. 5:22 left in the third quarter. The Blast lead this one 11-2. Wapu off the chest to Ferdinand. Ferdinand goes down, no call made. Salas.
He's wearing those sherbet-colored shoes, and nothing says soft like sherbet, Joe.
And Ferdinand hobbles off the field as well. Salas won a call there. Obasi for obstruction. Mauricio pushed it up and over Obasi, and he had no choice but to stop. The dangerous striker for Rochester. Ortiz, another chance, and this one will be high and into the netting. With 4:52 left in the third quarter, the Blast have an 11-2 lead over the Lancers. New Year's Day back at it again here, and it should be another exciting one. As Syracuse was in town last week, they'll come back for the 4 p.m. kickoff. A shootout, the deciding factor in last week's game. First ever shootout for the Rochester Lancers.
Yeah, an exciting finish last week by all accounts. Some great saves and some great goals in that shootout.
Look for another exciting one next week. New Year's Day. Salas. 4:33 left in the third quarter. Salas battling there with Obasi. They've been going at it a little bit here in this third quarter. As Basso and the Lancers make some changes here. Fresh legs coming on. Knapp. Schindler. Vanino. Oh, Gonzaga takes it away and comes forward for Baltimore. Still Gonzaga, now to Zuniga. In front, Obasi got a poke at it, but knocked away by the Lancers' defense. Here's Gonzaga, he can go from distance. Enrique says, okay, I'll step up this time. Gonzaga, the 34-year-old. Coming off a 10 goals, 6 assists season last year. It's punched away by Morera, back to Perez. Now Schindler. Bad pass taken away there by Mello. Loose ball kicked away by Morera. This time the Lancers not forced to pay for the mistake. Pedrino. Mello goes down, call made against Pedrino. Restart coming up here for Baltimore. Have to thank some more of our sponsors. Dr. Vincent Vella, Health Source Chiropractors, the Holiday Inn Rochester Airport, and the Distillery. Great sponsors of Lancers soccer. Roque. Good move. Shot. Buries it through the hands of Morera. And Roque has got his second of the afternoon to go along with an assist. The Blast now make it 13-2. And Roque's 14th goal of the season at 11:55.
Yeah, very cheeky cut there to gain himself plenty of space to wind up for that really pretty poor angle shot, but he struck it so well high far post.
Sets himself up real nice with a move here.
Yeah, good individual talent.
As it's now 13-2 Baltimore. And Roque with an absolute blast. Unassisted for Roque. 13-2 Baltimore, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. This one up and over the glass with 2:56 remaining. And the crowd, fan thinks, can I keep it? It's other fan says, no, this is not hockey. That's got to go back out of the field. Glass will take the restart to Vanzella. His pass intercepted by Tavernisi in front. And Ortiz has done it again! This time Tavernisi helps him out. Second of the game on the return for Jeremy Ortiz. 12-12, time of the goal. Here's a look at the replay.
That's great hustle from Big Rav Tav, Joey Tavernisi, to block that clearance from Vanzella and then find Ortiz rushing in.
Hats off.
That's great effort play, and that's exactly what we're going to need to try to break Baltimore off their rhythm.
Hats off to Joey Tavernisi. 7th assist of the season. But that constant work from Joey leading to the well-taken finish. Ortiz did not have much space to work with. Just placed it off that far post and into the net. That goal sponsored by Mr. Glass. As Baltimore right back at it again. And with every Lancers home goal, Dunkin' Donuts will donate a pound of coffee to Food Link of Rochester. Last touch by Healy and a restart coming up for the Lancers. 2:29 left.
The entire Lancers bench assisting the referees in which way they believe that ball should have been played.
Big wave of blue.
Yeah. Possession of the Lancers.
There's Hoxie. Marked by Healy. Ortiz looking for the hat trick, couldn't pull the trigger. Hoxie, a good slide, wins it back to Basso. Ortiz maybe feeling that little rhythm here early on in the return to the blue and gold. Ferdinand. Dantas. It's tangled up in the turf. Morera pounces on it.
Ortiz told me he came back for the weather. He wasn't sold on living a mile from a beautiful beach in Australia's sunny weather.
Yeah, that'll do it. How can you suffer through life like that?
Well, he really missed scraping the windshield every morning here in Rochester. Bit of nostalgia, he said.
Tavernisi's dumped, no call made. Gonzaga comes away with it for Baltimore. Minute 27 left. Dantas and Morera pounces on it with the left hand.
Great snag and a outstretched dive.
His throw on the far side is picked up by the Blast, Zuniga. Obasi.
Enrique, the Costa Rican, gave a little extra to the Costa Rican on Baltimore side. He wasn't appreciative of that.
Here they go at it again. Enrique, a little shove from behind against his countryman.
And they have two languages to choose from and how to communicate down there.
Enrique has not seen,
batallando.
He has not seen that much time today, but when he's been out there, he's been energetic, to say the least.
Yeah, he's a little spark plug. When you wind him up, he goes.
Under a minute of play here in the third quarter. Hoxie, loose ball. Right-footed shot. Vanzella makes the save. Ball is there for the taking. And cleared away by Obasi. Back to Morera. Schindler. Plays it long down the far side for Hoxie. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Roque. Double team there. Schindler battling with Roque. Gets it to Mello. Salas is hammered down, and we'll see a blue card issued to Mello as Mauricio Salas, full steam ahead, is taken down in a very, very good power play opportunity coming up for the Lancers. 14:42. Time of the penalty to Mello. Tripping is the call. And the Lancers on the Palmer's power play will get this one back into play, and if they don't score within 18 seconds, this will carry over into quarter number 4. Vanino looking for Perez. Still a loose ball. Poked away by Dos Santos. Perez is manhandled, no call made. Dos Santos puts the arm all over the jersey, and a great job by Perez to continue the fight. As the third quarter comes to a close, when the fourth quarter begins, Rochester will have a 1 minute and 42-second power play. They trail Baltimore by a score of 13-4 on the Lancers Broadcast Network.
Congratulations to our season ticket holder, Maria, in section 123. You will receive a gift card courtesy of Price Right. Congratulations and thank you.
Back here at the Blue Cross Arena, the Superstars. Someone didn't have lunch today. Fourth quarter is underway as the Lancers trailing the Baltimore Blast 13-4.
That was a brutal scene.
And it didn't end very well as
live consumption.
Pieces of jersey being thrown back out.
Reminiscent of me in my warrior cave when I've gone a couple days without raw meat.
We are underway with the Lancers power play, and again, referee Tim Tima doesn't like the start of the fourth quarter kickoff. Lancers have 1 minute and 42, which is not showing on the clock, left in the man advantage. So we'll see what the situation is, as it's at 14:55, but I assume that'll be reset to 15 minutes, and the Lancers will kick off once again. You don't want those 5 seconds of power play time also to be taken away.
Yeah, those can prove critical, particularly in the fourth quarter with the deficit of 9 points.
Should be 142 on the man advantage. 18 seconds were run off on the Blast penalty, and now they're showing 2 minutes on the clock. Let's see if that's going to be adjusted. 142, because there was 18 seconds left in the third quarter when Mello was set to the penalty box. That penalty was at 14:42 of the third quarter. And some scoreboard confusion here, as we'll hopefully get that sorted out. Blast have a 13-4 lead. They have the edge in shots as well by a score of 16-11. And they're showing 141.
Got telephones, headsets, jumbotrons, and a crew full of people. This is NASA's been dying to get our crew on board, but they're very loyal to the Lancers, so we're content to be here. Meantime, Lancer Louis doing a robot dance-off in the crowd. Lancer Louis doesn't play. As a young dragon, he was very disciplined in his dancing.
Did he grow up in the cave as well as a young dragon?
We grew up in the same valley.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. high on a valley high on the high plains. It's an anomaly.
Very good. Short-handed chance here for the Blast. The shot and the goal. That is a tough one to give up. Dantas to Wapu. And the Blast short-handed, first short-handed goal given up by the Lancers this season comes just 22 seconds into the fourth quarter. And for Levi Wapu, that's his 4th of the season, and Dantas' first assist.
That is painful. It's extremely disheartening to give up a goal. You have the man advantage. You're trying to claw your way back into this game. No excuse for that.
Vanino looking for another chance to put it in front. Vanino is taken down, and it's cleared away up to midfield. Morera hustles off his line, looking for Salas. There's Mauricio. 50 seconds left in the man advantage. Lancers are still on the power play. At midfield, Salas dribbling around looking for options, as that goal took the life and the wind out of the power play sails for the Lancers. Trying to regroup here with Yaikel Perez. 28 seconds left. Perez, the shot. Vanzella punches it forward, and Healy will clear it. 18 seconds left, maybe one more push for the Lancers. Mauricio on the left, outside to Perez. Shot, kicked away by Vanzella. Hoxie tries to get it to sit. Tavernese scores with 2 seconds left on the power play.
Well, there it is, Joe. That 5 seconds ended up making a difference.
Sure did. 1:40, time of the 8th goal for Joey Tavernese. Hoxie should get the assist.
Big Rav Tab. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is his mother's first time ever seeing him play for the Lancers. And so he pointed to his jersey and threw a ball to his mother in the crowd.
And a good showing for Joey Tavernese, who's got a goal and an assist today.
Yeah, it starts from a great, powerful shot from Yikel. Hoxie keeps it alive. Joey able to finish it off.
Hoxie's second assist of the season and second of the day as well. 15-6 now. Good slide there from Capinos. Looking for Hoxie. Broken up. Neto. Good pass outside Donatelli. And this one is off the foot and into the netting. That goal brought to you by Mr. Glass. And for every Lancers home goal, Dunkin' Donuts donates 1 pound of coffee to FoodLink. Over the head of Enrique. Tough battle along the boards. And Enrique with Healy, who's been known to get heated and upset. 2 years ago, he and Mauricio Salas had quite the battle, and Healy better check himself before he finds himself
put his hand
in
on the
box.
referee.
Poor choice there by Healy. Again, pushing and shoving now.
That's finding a shortcut to the penalty box if he keeps it out.
Good ball in front for Van Nino. His shot off the leg of Vanzella. A little surprised to see that kind of action from the Baltimore captain. Now he's got a completely new role, taking over for the legend Mike Lookingland. Salas with a rocket! A 2-point goal. Vanzella never saw it. 15-8. Mauricio has got goal number 15.
Wow. You can't give him half a step from hardly any angle, particularly on that left side. Distribution from one Brazilian veteran to another. Mauricio plays it on to Joey, who finds Mauricio again on the first time, posting in far post. What a well-struck ball.
Tavernese having a great day, a goal and 2 assists for number 27, Joey Tavernese.
Big Rav Tav says, hi, Mom.
3:06 time of the goal. Lancers, Tavernese, and Salas with goals here in the 3rd quarter. That is a good timeout by the Baltimore Blast, as the Lancers maybe onto something here with a lot of time left in this 4th quarter. And let's thank some more of our sponsors during this timeout. Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Watch all games on Time Warner Cable Sports every Tuesday at 3:30 and on demand. Wegmans. Stop by your favorite Wegmans and purchase discounted tickets. And World Gym of Rochester. Come train where the pros train at World Gym Rochester and Monroe County CrossFit. 1717 East Avenue. Doug Miller in the middle of the Lancers huddle. Intense, animated, and looking to get the troops fired up for the final 11:54, along with the junior Lancer dancers, and the crowd also getting into this one. A typical Mauricio Salas goal, difficult angle, powerful shot. Vanzella, no chance at all. 12:07 left now, changing that clock to 12:07. Lancers trailing 15-8. Kickoff for the Blast. The youngsters in attendance on their feet, looking to get behind the home side. Played into the corner, and a chest pass from Basso. Finds Marrera. Long throw, looking for Salas. Finds Mauricio. Now Basso. Van Nino. Pop forward, Basso flicks it to Hoxie. Off the boards in front. Ortiz was knocking on the door, but cleared away by the Blast. Dantas. Diesel. Hoxie, good job, knocks Wapu off the ball. Here's the big smooth. Pass is given away though to Dantas. Hoxie hustles back, trying to get possession back for the Lancers. There's Obasi. To Vanzella. Taken away by Salas on his left foot. Turns, fires, kick save. Rebound, Hoxie is wide. Salas a little chip to Ortiz on the near side. Back in front, Van Nino. Shot is wide. Lancers coming with pressure here. Good slide there, Ortiz, but Gonzaga luckily gets it back.
Excellent flurry from the Lancers, and it continues with Ortiz.
There's Ortiz. With too much time to pull the trigger. In front, no one there for Rochester on the pass from Tavernisi. Dantas.
See, Joe, such an excellent succession of opportunities. You do tend to get a little worn out. I would have liked to see us pull up on that final one once we regain possession and get some subs. Now we have some guys trapped on the field. Miss Q, balled back to Baltimore.
Obasi, just over 10 minutes left. Looks like this may wind up to be an exciting finish unless Baltimore decides otherwise. The Lancers, they were in for the long haul here. Doing a great job hanging into this one. Schindler taken off the ball by Obasi. The shot off the post, the rebound, it's put home. It's Roque, and he's got the hat trick on the afternoon to make it 17-8 Baltimore. Time of that goal, 5:06. For Roque, he came in with 12. He's got 15 goals on the season now. I believe Obasi will get the assist as he took the initial shot that came off the boards. And Baltimore stretches the lead once again. Roque, 3 goals, 1 assist on the day. Obasi does get the assist. 17-8 now. Perez battles and wins it. Puts it in front for Hoxie. Loose ball through the traffic. It's still loose. Enrique couldn't put it home. And finally, Ferdinand slams it along the far side boards.
Wow. Another very dangerous combination of the ball. Just not able to exit the box, playing pinball, and eventually bodies land on top of it. The referees let the play continue.
And Healy and Hoxie were the 2 players who apparently collided. Looks like a head injury to Pat Healy as he's getting looked at by the trainer. Hopefully nothing too serious for the Blast captain. But what a scuffle, a scrum in front, reminiscent to a loose puck in hockey.
Yeah, the Lancers very dangerous on these last 2 times down the field, but in between that conceded a poor giveaway, turning to a goal.
Healy is up and making his way towards the bench. Here's a look at that wild replay in front. A little poke for everyone.
Yeah, bodies everywhere, laying on the ball. Finally escapes to no avail.
I think Healy may have taken a hand to the face from one of his own teammates. If you look at the replay, one of the Blast defenders came around swinging his hand. And I think that's what got the nose of Pat Healy.
Yeah, I couldn't see in that scuffle, in that kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. Here's Hoxie. And Zella tumbled to the turf, and Hoxie saw that for a split second. Took the shot, but not on frame. Perez. Now Van Nino. And some signage has come off the far side boards. And We'll have an officials timeout. 9:03 left in the fourth quarter. Lancers and the Blast trailing here by a score of 17-8 on their home turf. Esso puts us back into play. Looking for Salas. Taken away by Roque. On the far side, Donatelli. Neto's one-timer is up and into the netting. Be a restart for Rochester. There's that scramble again in front. Donatelli's hand is actually the one, or it's Dos Santos whose hand strikes the face of Pat Healy. And again, thanks to our production crew for giving us an excellent look at that one.
Yeah, on the ride home, they're going to have to talk that one out and make up. Still teammates, fellas.
These two teams will meet again on January the 24th in Baltimore at Royal Farms, 6:05 kickoff. For Rochester and Baltimore down in Maryland. There's Dos Santos, or it's Gonzaga who's taken down. Call against Enrique. It'll be Diesel to take it. Diesel to Obasi. Baltimore looking to stay perfect on the season. They give away a ball here, though. They were looking to change. Hoxie with Enrique to his right. He shoots instead, and it's blocked. It's Salas also to his left. Here is Salas. Schindler. Vanino back to Schindler. Tavernisi in front. Pedrino not too far from pulling the trigger there. Good win by Schindler. Pedrino. Tavernisi. Pedrino shot. Great header and clearance by Obasi on the line, helping Vanzella, who was beat. And with 7:41 left, we'll take a short break. The Blast lead at 17-8 on the Lancers Broadcast Network.
Nights. First 1,000 fans receive cowbells, and the famous Morgan twins will be singing the national anthem. Call 872-KICK or visit ourlancers.com for info.
Back here at the Blue Cross Arena. Final 7 minutes of play in the fourth quarter. Salas and the Lancers trailing 17-8. As the Superstars entertaining the crowd from start to finish tonight. Ball's played forward to Enrique.
A large two-headed lizard in the stands.
He'll fire one that is palmed up in the air and caught by William Vanzella.
Good strike. Little man packs a punch. Costa Rican.
Enrique on the season with 4 assists in 5 games played, looking for his first goal. Here's Obasi. Roque's got a hat trick, but it's taken off of his foot by Yakel Perez. To Hoxie. Back to Schindler. Going deep. Ortiz. The poke, and it's saved there by Vanzella. Would have been the hat trick for Jeremy.
Great ball from Jake. Ortiz just couldn't quite make something happen out of it. Great run.
Capino sends it forward to Tavernisi. 5:50 left. Tavernisi, little tug on the jersey of Mello. And the 26-year-old will pick up a restart for the Baltimore Blast. Don't forget the Lancers are home again New Year's Day, 4 p.m. against the arch rival Syracuse Silver Knights. Ourlancers.com or 872-KICK for ticket information. Don't miss that one. It should be a great one. Dos Santos taken away by Salas. He's outside to Ortiz. Now sent forward. Healy will pick it up. Knocked off the ball. Salas gets it to Hoxie. Picked up by Dos Santos. Played back to Vanzella.
The effort in the second half by Rochester has been excellent. You wonder if it's too little too late after such a slow first half.
It has been a good effort by the blue and gold. Basso. Good step there by Dos Santos, who comes away with it for Baltimore. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Lancers recover, though, defensively. Dos Santos off the boards and cleared now by Salas. Forward for Tavernisi.
He's got one runner in Pedrinho.
He finds the ball, the shot behind Vanzella, and cleared by Zuniga onto the far side, Dos Santos. Good strip by Pedrino, and looks like Neto wanted to go for a ride on the shoulders of Pedrino. Restart coming up for the Lancers. Hope you're enjoying our coverage today on the Lancers Broadcast Network. I know on the radio side of it, my wife and little Jack listening to the game. As it's put in front, picked up by Vanzella, and my 4-year-old son asked my wife, "Mommy, is he doing the game with the guy who has the spiky hair?" Yes, Jack. It is the man with the spiky hair.
Hey, your sons are a hoot.
Yeah,
Learn
they
more
are a
about
hoot.
them on Christmas Eve over at the family dinner.
Non-stop, my friend.
What's your oldest name?
Giorgio.
Giorgio. What was his quote to me? "I'm going to bankrupt you."
Oh, that was Joey, the 7-year-old.
Oh, okay. Middle child.
No, you get serious when you play those Christmas Eve sports games, you know?
I was like, man, turn 18, we're going to take this outside.
You got left, right, center,
right in
and
my
cards
eyes,
going
told
on.
me he's going to bankrupt me.
It's very intense. As Ferdinand is also slow to get up. He's got a head injury. As Dion Salamander is working the crowd.
Salamanders, plural. We got a two-headed salamander.
Oh, Salamanders. I'm sorry.
Dion
Thank you.
Salamanders locking the corner down at Blue Cross Arena. Dion Salamanders.
Superstars, always a great show. Entertaining for young and old alike. Ferdinand is okay. He's on the bench. And the restart headed by Dantas to the far side, where Capinos comes away with it. Good ball for Hoxie off the chest. The shot. No call made. Dantas may have gotten a piece of Hoxie, forcing him to make no contact on the ball. The Big Smooth can't believe it.
Boy.
I don't think Andrew was going to miss on an opportunity like that. May have been more to that one. Schindler's shot is blocked. Dos Santos. Good step there by Vanino. Here's Vanino coming the other way for the Lancers.
1v3.
Lancers
Taking his chances.
slow to make a change there. And they regroup with Vanino now. Into the corner, Ortiz. Salas high and into the netting. 3:19 left. Blast lead it 17-8.
In this multi-point scoring, Joe, this is not an insurmountable deficit. We're looking at 9 points. If you go to three-pointers, 3 of those would be a tie game. And the way 3 minutes, 19 seconds left, definitely not looking good, but the Lancers have to continue to press and believe.
Facing a very stingy Baltimore Blast team. As this one's played downfield, looking for Roque, who's feeling it tonight, looking for his 4th of the game, but it's cleared away by Jamie Capinos. In midfield, picked up by the Blast, Roque. Far side, Wapu, a hard tackle, as down on the turf, I believe it's Roque, who will slowly be looked at by the official. This injury timeout is brought to you by Rochester Immediate Care, the fastest ER alternative located in Webster, Greece, and Henrietta. Now looking down at Baltimore's season so far, they've given up 7 goals against Syracuse in their first game, 2 shutouts of Detroit and Harrisburg. Syracuse scored 4 goals in their second meeting. Milwaukee scored 8 and 10, and then Syracuse 4. So besides Milwaukee, Rochester has gotten the most points against the Baltimore Blast at 8. Milwaukee picked up a 10-point night on December the 13th. So that does speak to this maybe kind of calm some of the nerves and give the Lancers fans some hope, as Basso was the player called for the foul. He's sent to the box on the hard tackle against Roque. Wapu also was involved in some of the challenges on the far side.
Yeah,
Levy Wapu.
Jamie Capinos, they were having a nose-to-nose discussion. Who knows what that entailed? They definitely got into it a little bit on that secondary challenge.
And Roque is the player who is still down, looking at his left leg. Basso goes to the box. And Basso, 2 minutes for a straight leg tackle, and also a 5-minute yellow card issued to Steven Basso. So he'll need to hope for overtime to get back out of the field for this one. So a straight leg tackle and a yellow card for a 5-minute penalty or misconduct penalty to Steven Basso, as we've got 2:53 left.
Did we get a replay on that?
As Roque is going to need some help coming off the field. A big day for Lucas Roque.
Okay.
As he got his 15th of the season. Hopefully nothing too serious for the 26-year-old from Brazil. A talented player as he hobbles off and makes his way to the Baltimore bench.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You never want to see anybody have to leave for serious injury. It's a very physical game. You take your knocks for sure, but wish him the best of luck getting back on the pitch.
Trainer working on Roque along the end of the Baltimore bench. So power play for the Blast. Basso is in the box. He's also going to be serving 5 minutes for the yellow card. His players trying to...
Amassing multiple penalties requires a teammate to come join you in the box to serve it.
It's Vanino who will do the honors. And Lucio Gonzaga will have the restart for Baltimore.
Any hope for the Lancers is ebbing away. After this penalty, there will be 53 seconds left. Trying to overcome a 9-point deficit in under 3 minutes.
We'll keep away here from the Blast. But taken back by the Lancers. High clearance by Capinos. And that's one thing you don't see a lot from Baltimore. Those kind of 50-50 clearances up in the air. Everything is calm and calculated. As you can see the movement here. High percentage passing by the Blast. Zuniga.
An uphill battle here, trying to be a man down in high pressure.
Good save by Marrero. The rebound is put home by Donatelli. His second of the game on the power play. 19-8 Baltimore. And this will definitely seal it as Donatelli gets his 7th of the season at 12:46 of the fourth quarter. There's a look at the replay. Zuniga came forward initially with the foray into the Lancers half, and his shot was saved by...
Yeah. Zuniga with the first shot, fairly uncontested as a result of the Lancers pushing up so high, trying to get back into the game. It's a chance they had to take, and they got punished for it. So now we're looking at an 11-point deficit, 2 minutes remaining.
Salas, the shot off the glass. Enrique turns and fires right at Vanzella. Minute 53 left in the fourth quarter, 19-8 Baltimore. Schindler. Enrique. Vanino. Still Vanino. Mauricio. Dantas sticks the back leg out, able to intercept the pass. Dantas played in the NASL with the Ottawa Fury this past season. Scored their first ever goal in franchise history. Ferdinand. Played it back to Healy, a minute 17 remaining. Baltimore looks to be going to the 8-0 mark. As Obasi's shot is easily saved there by Marrera. Off to Ortiz. Now Hoxie pressuring there, Healy. Final minute of play in the fourth quarter. Salas. Hoxie. Still Hoxie. Sauce coming in to help out on the far side. Rifles one right at the keeper. And with 37 seconds left, Vanzella will scoop it up and roll it out to Neto. Ferdinand, pressured by Hoxie. 25 seconds left. And Baltimore looking to eat away at the clock here with an 11-point lead. And a long pass, not a three-line pass, will play on. With the final 10 seconds ticking off the clock, Baltimore will go to a very impressive 8-0. While the Lancers still looking very good at 4-2. And that brings this one to a close at the Blue Cross Arena. The Baltimore Blast continue their winning ways against the Rochester Lancers. They were 4-0 last season, and they pick up the win in the first meeting of the 2014-2015 season against the Rochester Lancers. I got a tough one for Rochester, but I guess there's a few more meetings coming up against Baltimore, but you've got to worry about Syracuse on New Year's Day and the trip to Chicago and Milwaukee following that. So a big stretch of games coming up for the Lancers as they met a buzzsaw today, to say the least, in the Baltimore Blast, who are firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, going into the new year, it's a very borderline hectic schedule with travel and home games mixed in together, and we're really going to have to continue to put the pedal down and keep our eyes forward, learn from this one, and get better.
Awaiting our post-game interview with Soccer Sam. Let's go down to field level. Soccer Sam.
Well, soccer fans, thank you so much for coming out this holiday season. These jerseys will be raffled off or auctioned off after the game. All these players' jerseys, where all the money goes to Spirit of Blue, which is a great, great organization. So please, come on out. The guys are going to get ready for next game, the January 1st against Syracuse, 4 o'clock. It should be a big game. Let's bring in Brad Venino. Brad, difficult game tonight. But we got to look forward to January 1st. Syracuse comes down. We got to look to the next game now.
Yeah, I think this was a game, something we can build off of. You know, we made too many mistakes to beat a good team like that, so we got to clean those things up for Syracuse.
Brad, I mean, you probably don't know a lot about what's going on with the Spirit of Blue and Rochester, but all these jerseys, what we're going to do now in the lobby, the players take off the jerseys, and all the proceeds, people bid on them, and the proceeds go to Spirit of Blue, which is a great, great organization.
Oh yeah, that's a great cause. I encourage everyone to go down there and show your support for the community, the police department, and everyone these brave people that give their lives every day. So, it's a great cause.
All right, well that's the positive of tonight's match. Thank you so much, Brad. All right, well January 1st, we're back here at the Blue Cross Arena. Several games on the MASL network today, later on tonight. A big one, San Diego in Missouri. I'm looking forward to watching that one. Have yourself a great, great soccer weekend. We'll see you here January 1st at the Blue Cross Arena, 4 o'clock, Syracuse. Thank you.
Soccer Sam, thank you very much. A good post-game interview there with Brad Vanino. Elliot, the Blast are 8-0, Rochester 4-2, but a very, very difficult challenge, a tough team for the Rochester Lancers historically to deal with. Your thoughts on today's game?
Not ideal. Too many soft goals given up and not capitalizing on our own chances moving forward. So really, there's just a class difference today. Baltimore just had a lot more composure in their finishing. They killed the game once they had the lead. We never recovered. We showed definite bright spots that are encouraging. There have been games in the past where I didn't think we had that fighting spirit right to the end. So we just have to put together 4 quarters of really good indoor soccer to compete with a team of that caliber, and we failed to do that today.
The Lancers put this one behind them. Get ready for New Year's Day. The arch rival Syracuse Silver Knights coming to town, 4 p.m. kickoff right here at the Blue Cross Arena. I'd like to thank our radio and television producers, John Catalano and Mary back at the Fickle Studios. Great job as usual. Thanks for all your support today. And also I'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year. We'll see you here on New Year's Day against the Syracuse Silver Knights. For Elliot Foskey, I'm Joe Giuliano saying so long from the Blue Cross Arena.